Welcome to our Ekster Parliament Wallet review. This is a premium wallet that comes in at a pretty hefty price tag that's meant to help organize your everyday carry and access your cards in a pretty cool way. I'll show you how in just a second. It's got a great look, it's got a great feel, but is it worth that hefty price tag? And most importantly, is it the wallet for you? Here at Nomads Nation, we do the best wallet and backpack reviews on the web. So if you want updates when new reviews go live and you want to follow our journey where we're building our own backpack step by step and documenting the whole thing, then definitely subscribe and join our email list. Second link in the description. Let's discuss the Ekster Parliament Wallet. Now, the Ekster Parliament Wallet is not your dad's wallet, if you know what I mean. While it's not the slimmest wallet that I've reviewed, it's just not meant to be that big, bulky, clunky, ugly wallet that most people carry around. This is sleek, it's streamlined, made with premium materials, and definitely the most unique selling point is the patented system for accessing your cards. Wait for it, kaboom. I got a lot of things to say about this cool little card operating system, but we'll wait to talk about that until the next section. Ekster markets this wallet as able to hold 9 to 12 cards. The wallet also has RFID blocking technology. Some people think RFID technology is a scam. Some people like it. I'm not gonna make a decision on that, but just know that this is advertised as having RFID tech. As of recording this, the Ekster Parliament Wallet comes in 10 different color options. The leather is premium American hides by ECCO, that's ECCO. And Ekster claims that their wallets are sustainable because they use LWG gold-rated tanneries and dry tan technology. The dimensions are 1 by 10.5 by 6.5 centimeters. And you can see compared to another wallet, this is the Frenchy Co Speed Wallet. Just so you can get an idea of the size. It's definitely not gonna be as big and bulky as a traditional type wallet, but it's also not gonna be as small and sleek as some of the other options that are available on the market. And for all that you see right here, the Ekster Parliament Wallet, as of recording, costs around $70 US. And if you are thinking about buying an Ekster Parliament Wallet, we do recommend making your purchase using the first link in the description of this video right below. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Thank you. Okay, let's start by talking about the outside of the Ekster Parliament Wallet. The first thing to discuss is definitely the material. This leather, the premium American hides by ECCO, it feels great. It smells great. And in my opinion, it also looks pretty freaking great. I'm not a huge leather person. I like leather products. I'm a big fan of Bellroy's leather wallets. This leather doesn't feel quite as smooth. It's maybe a little bit more graininess to it, but I assume as you wear it, as it sort of gets some more wear and tear, it will smoothen out. We've got the capital E surrounded by this chivalrous shield. It's got a very kind of a royal vibe to it. I'm not saying it feels like, you know, you're gonna be like a medieval king wearing this, but there's a vibe with the wallet, right? It's kind of classy in that sense. Timeless, one could say. Real high quality stitching around the outside of the wallet. It's cut very well. And you can see on the outside, there's no storage except for this one slot. Good for a card or two. I got my ID on the outside. It's not the most accessible pocket on this wallet. It can be a little tight, but you sort of figure out how to use it, slide your finger under, pull it out, good to go. That's it, but now this is where things get interesting. Let's talk about the inside of the Ekster Parliament Wallet. So like I said, Ekster said that this wallet can hold up to 9 cards. Let's take a look at the storage options. So obviously we have the outside slot, and then we got 1, 2 card slots on this panel. You've got a little money clip right there, and the patented trigger card system. What do they call it? There's no name for it? Oh, they should have come up with a cool name for like what this is called. They just call it the patented card mechanism for easy access. I'm gonna call it the trigger, because that sounds so much cooler. The card trigger. Now let's start with this panel right here, 1, 2 slots. Now it should be mentioned, in this slot right here, I have the Ekster Wallet Tracker. This is an add-on, it costs about 40 USD. And basically it's a Bluetooth tracking system. They partnered with Chipolo. It's a tech company that does tracking for wallets and for little cards like this and for your keys and stuff. And in essence, this allows you to track your wallet in case it gets lost. So this is a little bit bulky. When I don't have this in the wallet, it feels a lot better. When I do have it in the wallet, it adds a lot of bulk to it. But like I said, this does not come with the wallet. It is an add-on. Let me know though, if you're interested in learning more about Bluetooth trackers, whether it's for your wallet, your keys, your backpack, or anything in between, let us know in the comments if you want us to do some more reviews on tech gear like this. These are pretty basic card slot hole things. On the inside, they actually cut off the leather, so it's not leather the entire way through, but it still has a nice feel to it. And there's not much grip, but a little bit of grip there to make sure your cards don't slide out. You can definitely double up your cards. You can put 2 in each slot. That's, if you're the kind of person who carries a lot of cards with you at all times. Really nice stitching on the outside, and the Ekster brand name, again, right there at the bottom. Now let's flip over to the other side. First up, we'll start with the money clip. Nothing too crazy about this money clip. It's like an elastic nylon material. Nice elasticity to it. I mean, if you carry like a bulk wad of cash with you at all times, right? You're money stacking at all times of the day. Then you'd be pleased to know that your money stack will fit in there, but it will compromise the ability to close the wallet. Keep that in mind. For me, I usually just carry a couple of bills at a time. You can see I just got 2 bills right here, a 5 and a 1 USD, and it fits underneath the money belt system quite securely. We've also got Ekster's branding a third time. That's 1, 2, 3 brandings on a very small wallet, but if you're into Ekster, you might like it. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's talk about the trigger system. Because it's quite cool in some ways, and I'm not saying it's not cool, but there's just some things I want you to be aware of regarding this trigger system. The trigger itself is this little plastic guy right there. It seems durable, well made, well cut, easy to use, just one of those and you're good to go. There's a little indentation for your finger as well, so it's quite satisfying to use, and it's in a location that's quite nice because you don't even have to open the wallet, right? The wallet can be closed. You're just like, oh, yes, I'll buy that Rolex. Here you go, sir. And also it's accessible when the wallet is open. But a few things to note. First of all, when you click the trigger, all the cards are not always as available as I personally would like them to, or at least in an ideal world, right? So you can see I click the trigger and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards here, but the second card is sort of just barely peeking out. Like it's not a perfectly stacked system where each card has the exact amount of like grabbing space as the card before and after it. And that'll vary from like trigger pull to trigger pull. And it's important to note that it'll also vary depending on the type of cards you have, right? So if you have cards like this is an expired insurance card, but this one's perforated, right? Like the numbers are 3-dimensional, they pop out. These 3 other cards though are smooth, there's no numbers popping out. So depending on what kind of cards you have in there and the way that they're sort of organized will dictate the trigger experience and how accessible each card is. So notice now I have my perforated card in the front and I pull the trigger a few times and it seems to be stacked in a way that's a lot simpler and just more even and easier to access each card individually. But with that, the middle cards are always kind of annoying to get to, so I recommend whatever your primary card is, keep that one in the back, right? That's the easy one to grab, or same thing with the one in the front, because the middle ones you gotta do a little bit more, maybe finagling to get. Not much, but enough as to where you'll notice it. And really, like, this trigger system should dictate your entire decision of whether or not you're gonna buy this wallet. It's really the wallet's only unique selling point. So if you're super sold on that, like, it's a no-brainer for you. But you gotta remember that there's cons that come with it because this system it's like this whole plastic metallic infrastructure, which adds bulk and adds weight. Keep that in mind. But now let's talk about the security of the actual trigger system because your cards are secure there, right? So look. Putting the wallet upside down, those cards aren't going anywhere. But if you sort of do one of those, your cards can, in theory, go flying. Just absolutely flying. Now it should be noted that that wasn't a completely fair representation of the security of this wallet, right? Like it's not quite often that you're just like intentionally trying to tomahawk throw your cards out of your wallet, but it does show that maybe as opposed to a wallet that closes all the way, those cards typically won't go anywhere. These cards, technically, while in the Ekster Parliament Wallet, do have the ability to sort of fly. And it should be noted it's more likely to happen on cards that are not embossed. So for instance, you can see this one right here, it's got all the raised digits and numbers and letters and everything. These, because of that extra friction and grip, have a tendency to stay in the wallet, but the non-embossed cards are the ones that might have a tendency to fall out a little bit easier. And not fall out, but they just have more potential to be jigged out than an embossed card. And then one final point with that is that don't get too trigger happy because you can also send the cards flying. Now I had to use a lot of force to do that, okay? That is not a very common thing, you know, you don't need to use all that bicep when opening or when de-triggering the wallet, right? Just something simple like that works every time, but if you really go for it, that can happen. Let's finish with the pros and the cons of the Ekster Parliament Wallet. Pro number 1, very nice design. Pro number 2 is the unique feature of the mechanical trigger card access point. And pro number 3, I'm actually really impressed by the stitching. It is clean. None of these guys are really coming out. Like you can tell this wallet is very well crafted and made with love. But there's a few cons. Con number 1 is with that trigger system in the middle, you're getting a lot of additional bulk and weight. And con number 2, to be honest, like I think the trigger system is perfectly fine from a safety perspective, you know, because you're not gonna be like trying to shoot your cards out, at least I would hope not. But for me, it does feel a little extra in some ways. Like I like cool gadgety tech stuff, but like, I don't know, being like on a hot date and they're like, oh, it's time for the bill. It's like, no, don't worry. I got it. I don't know, just something kind of extra about it that I like, but I don't love. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. It's just my 2 cents. So if you have weighed out the pros and weighed out the cons and you're like, OMG, I'm totally gonna buy the Ekster Parliament Wallet. We do ask that if you make a purchase, you use the first link in the description below. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Thank you so much. But let's say you are not quite sold, and you're like, Aaron, I could use an alternative recommendation for a different wallet that's kind of similar but kind of different. I got your back. Alternative recommendation number 1 is going to be the Bellroy Note Sleeve Wallet. It's a little bit more of a traditional wallet, but it's incredibly well crafted, amazing leather materials, and it's got a few cool features that if you're like, you know, if like the trigger system's too much for you, you want something a little simpler, but still has like a really nice, prestigious, just feel and vibe to it, then you should definitely check out our full review, which you can find in the description below. Alternative recommendation number 2 is going to be the ECCO Speed Wallet Mini. This is going to be a great alternative suggestion for you if this is just too bulky and you still want something that has like a really cool user experience. The ECCO wallet has a really cool system for sort of keeping cash in place. There's plenty of pull tabs, so it's still really cool and feature heavy, but yet again, less bulky, less extra-y, just sort of a simpler user experience. To learn more about the ECCO Speed Wallet Mini, take a look in the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And finally, alternative recommendation numero 3 is going to be the Aviator wallet. This wallet is going to be a great recommendation for you if you're like, dude, I like the feature of the Ekster wallet. I wish it had more cool features. That's what the Aviator wallet gives you. German crafted and engineered. It's a modular, metallic wallet system, super manly, super cool to use. And we did a super awesome review on it. And if you want to watch that review, you can find the link to that review in the description below. Thank you so much for watching our Ekster Parliament Wallet review. If you found this review useful, the best way to show us some love is just by clicking that like button. That lets us know we're doing a good job, and it helps to communicate to like the YouTube robots to like spread the word of this video. So then more people can watch our reviews, more people can watch our process of building our own backpack, and just learn about the Nomads Nation channel in general. If you got this wallet, I want to hear your thoughts on it. Have you grown to love the trigger system more? Does it get annoying with time? Let me know what you think. Your comments help to make this community and the internet as a whole a more educated place. I'm Aaron. This is Nomads Nation. We'll see you next time. Especially if you're using a few cards that are perforated or embossed? Is it perforated not the right word? Yep, you are totally right. What does perforated mean? Oh, perforated means with holes in it, so that's actually the wrong word. Okay. I don't know how many times I said that in the review, but I meant to say embossed. Thank you, Margaret. I want to know if the trigger system... I love doing that.